how important it would be to keep the feet grounded after a stupendous, brilliant win against a dangerous team like New Zealand.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a valid point you're raising there. We just had a meeting a bit earlier, and I've just, highlighted the importance of, really staying grounded. And last night was a massive win for all the boys, and make no mistake about it. But also, we've got a tournament, obviously at hand, and the boys want to stay focused. So yeah, really today's talk was really about, putting last night, behind us and focus on what's obviously to come tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be another big game, and hopefully the boys will reset and be ready and focused for tomorrow.
Mohisha.
Yeah, this is Moisha from the news. Congratulations on your first ever win as a Pakistan bowling coach, first ever international. That's good for you, and that's good for Pakistan also. There were, though we have, achieved a massive big win against India, but there were some loopholes when it comes to Hassan Ali's bowling, conceding too many runs. What are your plans for tomorrow's match against New Zealand? Will you go for the same bowling options, or you have a different opinion going into that match? Thank you.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for complimenting us on the win. Look, I think the final 11 is completely up to the coach and the selection panel. As far as Hassan is concerned, we know what a champion bowler he is. There's always going to be someone on the night that, unfortunately going to travel. But I think he's bowled really well. He showed some good heart. Maybe just the execution here and there, that obviously wasn't on par. But, as from a general overall bowling performance, I think the boys did pretty well. It was a short boundary which he had to defend as well. So, yeah, those things are quite tough and difficult at times. But in general and as a whole, I think the boys bowled really well.
Just a simple request to everyone, please raise your hand so that I can understand and get to know that who wants the question. So let's move forward. Usman Khan, Suhail Imran, and then Usman Khan. Suhail Imran.
Yeah, hi, Vernon. Bubba has said in his pre-event press conference that the teams always wins by the bowling. Keeping in this mind, how much you are confident with your bowling lineup, and just some few words about Shah bowling, Shah Afridi's bowling yesterday night?
Yeah, I think, he's a brilliant bowler. And I think, you almost have to give him the freedom, to be able to strike. And I think that's exactly what we've discussed. I think from my side, the consistency do come into play, obviously. You want to encourage the guy to keep being positive, because obviously if you strike with a new ball, you put in your team obviously ahead in the game. And yeah, I would like to encourage him, to keep going with that trend. Of course, for me, consistency is important. But like we all know, bowlers do win new games in T20 cricket. So we want to make sure that, they keep having a positive outlook on the game. Hopefully, they'll take a lot more wickets in the series.
Usman Khan.
Vernon, my question is for you, is that from your playing days till now, what is the difference you have seen in Pakistani team after that empathetic win over India?
Yeah, look, I think for me, having played against Pakistan over the years as well, I think the big thing that has been lacking is probably a little bit consistency. We really want to highlight, the intensity that, which they play at. I think last night you could really sense that they have stepped up a gear in how they went about their business. So for me, it's really about making sure that, you play with a good intensity, and you really can keep it there for a long period of time. So I think for me, it probably boils down to intensity.
Thank you. Saik from the Telegraph.
Hi, Vernon.
Hi, afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon. Yeah, hi, Vernon. Could you please talk us through all the 3 wickets that that Shaheen took yesterday, and also a word on the angle that we see the left arm pacers to create, which goes on to make life difficult for the batsman.
Yeah, I think it's always a wonderful asset to have, left arm, bowlers that can bowl it at high pace and swing it. I think he's a wonderful talent. And, we've identified his strength, it's obviously to be able to swing the ball at high pace. Of course, the thing that we have to highlight is the lines, which he had bowled, which I think was fantastic last night. And yeah, I mean, he's just, such a wonderful talent. So you want to make sure that you encourage him, to keep doing what he's doing. But I think for a very long time, left arm quicks, have really lost probably that in-swinging ball. And I think, he's such a great exponent of, of that in-swinging Yorker or in-swinging ball to the right-handers.
Shahid, if you want to ask your question, please. Shahid, can you hear us?
शाहिद हाशमी को कह रहे हो?
जी शाहिद भाई, do you have any question?
मैं तो पूछ चुका, लेकिन मैं एक और पूछ लेता हूँ. Vernon, you have been into the bowling coaching for the last 2-3 weeks. How good are Pakistani bowlers? How good learners they are, and how they are progressing under your guidance?
Yeah, I think I've said it before. They are highly skilled bunch of bowlers, and I think I've been watching your local T20 tournament in Pakistan as well. There's still a lot of good quality seam bowlers, obviously in the system as well. So for me, yeah, I mean it's quite a short stint, but I think the guys has taken really well to the way that I want to do things. And yeah, I mean it all boils down to that working relationship of really trusting one another. But I think, from a skill point of view, probably some of the best that I've ever seen and obviously come across. So it really excites me to be working with them. And hopefully, I can hopefully take them a step higher, in their careers and hopefully for a long time to be successful within their own careers.
Last question, Zahir Adams. Zahir Adams has raised his hand, so I can ask.
Hi Vernon, Zaria. You obviously, it was your first experience the other night with Pakistan, India. Just what was that like, and what's the experience been like settling into your new role?
Yeah, I think there's probably no greater way to start it with the India-Pakistan game. I think, it was probably one of the biggest spectacles that the cricketing world will ever see. Pakistan versus India, it's such an amazing, atmosphere to be a part of. And yeah, I mean, to come out tops, it really, put the cherry on the cake. But I think for us as a squad as a whole, the guys have really prepared well, and I mean, you could have sensed the calmness amongst the team, amongst the captain, and yeah, it was a great spectacle, like I said, to be a part of, and hopefully, we can go from strength to strength, and hopefully we can, make the playoffs and hopefully into the final later on in the competition.
Thank you so much, everyone. Kerem, do you want to ask anything, or should we leave the press conference?
No, nothing further from me. Thank you very much for your time, Vernon. That concludes the press conference, and good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you, mate.